Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the Sunshine Sessions by the Sunshine Lab. I'm your host Riddhi Patel, and today we have something really special planned for you all. In a world that often hurries children towards milestones and comparisons, today's episode is an important reminder. Let them be little. On that note, we have Payal Shah, who is the founder of Wallaroos and Nido's Early Learning Catalyst. She's a Montessori veteran and in this line since 25 years. We have her and her core team here with us who are going to talk to us
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
about this important topic. Together, they explore what it means to give children an unhurried childhood where every child is seen, heard, and valued at their own pace. With warmth, lived experiences, and Montessori wisdom, they remind us that childhood is not a race, but it is a journey that should be cherished. So, when you say unhurried childhood, what does that really mean?
So it is not about slowing down the children or holding them back, but it is about giving them the pace, giving them the right amount of confidence that they can do whatever interests them. So that is what I mean about the unhealthy childhood, rather than comparisons and always getting the result-oriented activities, whatever the other kids are doing. You want your kids to do the same activity without understanding that how much they interested, right? So that is what we mean about unhurried childhood.
So, the next question goes to you, Gayatri ma'am. How do you explain emotional well being in early years?
I would like to state that emotional well-being in the early years is a child's capacity to feel, understand, and express the emotions. Build strong relationships, explore the world. That's more or less in one frame. You got the answer. Let me continue more on that in the sense that we have this term called the security blanket. As an adult, we need it or want it at some point of time, right, in our lives. But as a child, it goes without saying
Sure.
that a child would need it and want it at their own terms, of
I think
course.
at every environment, every place, every corner of
Yes.
their thing.
And we have to provide. Let me put that in.
Yes.
So, as it's our responsibility as caregivers, as teachers, as educators, right? It's our basic responsibility to provide them with such an environment which is safe and secure, and basically encouraging them in that environment. Let me
Yes,
put it
to
that way.
connect.
Encouraging environment. Yes.
Got
So, as like a child should be allowed
Hmm.
to do any activities without at their own pace. The child should be allowed at their own pace, free of any sort of inhibitions, the pressure,
There should be
the
no-
comparisons.
basically, there should not be a time-bound thing within those planned thing. That's what we really mean. That it should be for every child is different,
It's
right?
different. Their own pace has to be
Basically.
given to them. So we as adults have to definitely, have to understand that.
So the gist of it, I think, from what I'm getting, is to just let them be.
Let them be.
Let them be. Or it's not a rat race, basically.
They are the children at the end of the day. You have to understand that they are.
Yeah.
They
So,
are little.
We always say, let them be little.
Yeah.
Let them be
Yeah.
little.
Yes.
And be a security blanket in that
Of
regard, that
course.
you're protecting them by letting them be, basically.
Letting them
Because-
be and of course letting them know that we are there.
So the next question is to you, Tanvi ma'am. So, we would like some guidance on how we can be part of their early years. So, what is the parents' role in all of this?
So, according to me, the parent's role should be to walk along the side. Suppose on a particular day, a child just wants to cook with the mother in the kitchen and don't want to do the planned activities for the child, then it's okay. We should accept it, enjoy with them, and be a part of it.
Okay.
When the parents join the kids in their choice activities, then it may be as simple as just stirring the water in the tub, building the blocks, or just listening to their story. It may be the 10th time, but that validates the child's world, and that is how the bonding and the connection between the parents and the child, and the confidence also of the child comes. So that is what I think, that the parents should be together with the child in whatever the activities they want to do. Give them the choice that today let's do the activity which you want to do, rather than the planned activities that the parents have planned for the child.
I think that is one area that I can improve on. When you were saying that, I was outlining in my
Yeah.
head where I have planned something and she wants to do something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
And then you tend to get a little frustrated.
yeah, because they are in a different mood. Like, no, today I want to do the art, or today I want to do dance, or just do nothing.
Nothing.
And
Just join
just
them.
have the conversation with the family members. Even, that is very important.
Hmm.
Which I think that sometimes we think that क्या करते हो घर पे बैठ के? But no, it is not like that. They are just getting gelled up with the grandparents, with the other family members. That's really a good connect where the kids can have with the family.
So it is a very thin line when you talk about you're doing so much for kids. I mean, being an educator, being a parent, being grandparent, everyone wants to get involved in early childhood. They all are learning partners, as we said. But the main thing is when you are having that at a very thin line, that you are not crossing that line being so planned, right? It should not be structured that way that the child feel claustrophobic that time, that oh my god, I have to finish this. It should not be that result oriented.
Got the last question goes to Ayushi. So Ayushi, when we talk about comparison, right? How do you avoid comparisons? I mean, parents are bound to in some way, shape or form
Yeah.
do that. So how does one avoid that? And when is it right and when is it wrong? If it is right and not right.
So basically, comparison steals the joy of childhood. As a parent, I feel that there are a lot of parents who compare a lot amongst the kids. That's how it is.
Yeah.
And which is, I feel, is not the right thing that is there. Because every child has its own growth and they're going to be at its own pace. That's
Yeah.
how it is.
So as you said that day we were discussing some walk first and some talk first,
Yeah,
right?
yes.
So that happens every time, Riddhi, when you start comparing the child. It happens that you are not confident about your
Yeah.
child's ability. So that's not right, right? So why to compare? Even for me, for you, we all are different human beings. We all do have our own potentials, isn't it? So I always say, even there are a lot of parents when they are asking about, how can I change this in my child? I say no. We can't change the temperament of the person. We can't change the temperament of
yourself.
change yourself, because everyone is having their own potential.
So this was one of the when I was growing up.
Right.
The couple of times that my mom compared, at that age I swore I would never do this to my child, and I don't.
Of
Yeah,
course.
yes.
But
of
that
course.
is something, like I said, you check with yourself.
Yes,
Because it's something that used to annoy me, and I'm
Exactly.
sure everybody, I think this annoyed you all too at some point when your parents did that. So don't do that with your children. I think
But
that's all.
thankfully, you understood that,
Yeah, actually-
Many of them, they don't, subconscious. I'm not saying it's going to be intentional,
Yeah.
but subconsciously at the back of their mind, they are always comparing.
Yeah.
And which I think they
And
have
we
to
all
stop
did
and
it
understand.
somewhere and somewhere with our kids
Yes,
also,
it
because
has
we all are
happened.
having
Yes.
somewhere and somewhere we did that. We resolved that thing that okay, this should not be done,
Exactly.
and you learned,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So you learn along with them. You always are learning partners. So I never say we are educators. We are learning partners with all the parents.
Yes, yes. Even
Along with
sometimes
this
we
journey.
make a mistake, but we change ourselves.
Of course.
by-
Of course.
With the older ones, I can safely say it's the academic part.
Yes.
For they always compare, your child's marks with someone else's.
Right.
Yeah.
And it genuinely brings their morale down.
Of course it does.
That's true.
And some are late bloomers, like I was. I mean, like I said, so that's why I
I would
know that.
again interrupt you here. You are not a late bloomer. You have your own pace to grow.
Exactly.
Your soil might be getting ready, so
Yeah.
don't worry about that thing.
Yeah.
So ultimately, I think this is all about understanding the very, very simple thin line that don't overdo. Let them be little, just as much as you can give, even for parenthood also. You guys are doing fantastic job. I mean, how much you guys are aware, no generation I have seen, right?
Yes.
This is the best generation I've seen, even dads and even the moms and everyone taking the same part in the early childhood.
Yes.
I love it. And yes, so it is just the thing that you just need to, whenever you are planning something for your child, just understand that do we need to ask them? So everywhere that question is always there.
So before we end, one last thought from each one of you to guide our parents as to how to achieve an unhurried childhood.
I think respect the child's rhythm.
And something from my side is going to be when children feel secure, they build themselves joyfully. At peace, joyfully, most of the times happy.
Yes. And what I feel is, you should not compare and let the child grow at its own pace.
Okay.
So be present in their chosen experiences, and that's where the connection lives.
All right. All right. So thank you so much for this.
Absolute pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us,
Yes.
though.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if this makes a difference to anybody's child, and it's all been worth it, right?
Yes, we all are learning. So
Yeah.
let's learn it together. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.